Matrix. The Matrix. I'm back in this book. And Frank Honey, hello, since your name's in here. Hello, Frank Honey. If you are tuning in, they used to call it The Matrix. You used to call it The Matrix. You can see it. It's Encounters with Val Thor and Journeys Beyond the Earth. I've been outside vacuuming my car. It's okay. I like to sweat. It's good for you. It does. It's cleansing to your body. Sometimes it is, but it's okay. We used to call it the Matrix. I'm going to read this part right here. And good evening, good afternoon. Let me look at this. This is from June the 29th of 2021. I guess this was a conversation. There's also a conversation that had occurred on June the 8th of 2021. Well, let me see something. Gina. Yes. Yes, let me see. This is hard to hold this book like this because you know why? It just doesn't want to be held. I'm going to read the June the 8th of 2021, and then I'm going to read, they said you used to call it the Matrix that you're in. Hold on. Hey, I can probably do this. That's what I can do. You can slightly see me a little bit. That could be good enough, right? If you can like slightly see me a little bit, it just might be good enough. Let me shine the light over here some more. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me see if this will reach. This will reach. Let's see if I can get some light. I think I got some light coming over here to me. Hey, I got a little bit more light. Hello there, Vanessa. So this is this book. And it's the June the 8th is what it is. We received June the 8th of 2021. We received another message from Frank saying that Thor Han was right, that the Germans were all arriving from inland Antarctica and leaving the continent on boats to South America. He would confirm in a later email that it was more precisely to Argentina. They were very secretive and wouldn't talk to anyone. This was really happening. The Dark Fleet was being hammered by the Earth Alliance and the Galactic Federation on Earth, Mars, and in this star system. And the Antarctica Exodus was the very proof that all of this was real. You know what? I think I better go straight over to Antarctica because this is the beginning of the Antarctica. Y'all, we're going to have to read about it. It was June the 6th of 2021. This is when I'm going to see that. If there's anyone else commenting, your comments aren't making it. And I've got myself in trouble, of course. We're all in trouble. You don't have to do anything to get in too much trouble nowadays. You just have to be yourself, and that's all right. We're going to read this. On this day, I received an email from a friend of mine, which is Frank. So Frank is whatever on this day. Optimus Prime. Working at McMurdo Station in Antarctica. And here is what he said. I want to let you know that the Chinese have 5 bases here already and are setting up 4 more immediately during the absolute worst time of the year. There are Chinese everywhere down here. And up until a month ago, I never saw even one. Also, of note, now Turkey has been sending troops independently, and are so quite a few other countries from Africa, South America, and all of them want to set up bases here. Hello, Amy. They want to set up bases here, and they are bringing in the infrastructure to do so. Everybody seems to want to get in whatever is down here, as soon as possible to not be left out. I'm more certain than ever now that the mad rush is because there is definitely something here. I noticed that there are more and more German-speaking people coming through as well. Numbers have always decreased in the wintertime. Down here, not increased. I will keep you updated on any news that I hear or see causing this mad dash to get stations set up here. Hello there, Nurse Kathy. Reading from this book, there's like some kind of, it's Antarctica. They're talking about Antarctica, or some letters that are coming there from, I guess, other countries going there setting up bases. I straight away informed Michael Sala, who I do believe is the best knowledgeable researcher when it comes to Antarctica's true history. And I put them both in contact with each other. On the same evening, I requested contact with Thor Hahn, picking his thoughts about this news. Thor Hahn confirmed that as a consequence of the Dark Fleet being hard hit by the Alliance and the Federation, the German Fourth Reich presence in Antarctica is abandoning their outpost. Thor Hahn told me that there was an exodus going on toward colonies out of the solar system through a portal, which is a jump door, as he calls it. He said that the reptilians based in Antarctica were leaving also. Thor Hahn said that some very secret groups in some governments know about the existence of such a portal in the South Pole. And now they want it, of course. Is that where we went to Google Earth? Was that through the South Pole, you all? Because we found the portal that they're talking about. Do you remember that? Hello, Susan B. Does anyone remember if the portal that we found on Google Earth, was it in the South Pole or was it Antarctica? Because in this book right here, hello there, Jennifer, honey. In this book, they said that they were leaving Antarctica and they were doing a jump door. They were going out of the system, and the reptilians that were based in Antarctica were leaving too. Thor Hahn said that some very secret groups in some governments know about the existence of such a portal in the South Pole, and now they want it, of course. They tried to escape to other colonies such as Aldebaran, but he said that even Aldebaran, since they become recently the main Dark Fleet headquarters, it's cutting away from the Antarctica group. It was Antarctica, Amy. Thor Hahn said that it is their mentality to cut off an infected limb. There are now formidable resources down there to be taken if all the baddies are leaving. And of course, I asked Frank in McMurdo this crucial question, as he mentioned noticing an increased presence of German-speaking people. He didn't want me to say whatever I'm going to say. Hello, it's the Inner World Access. Someone asked, Gina, could you please read more from that? This is what I opened it up to, so I can absolutely read more from it. Hello there, Brigida. Did he think that they could come from inland Antarctica with the intent to leave the continent? If this were verified, it would make a tremendous sense. I believe only the high grades are authorized to leave through the portal. And the population of this breakaway civilization had no other option than to leave by regular boats. The fact that everyone wants a part of the cake, now that the baddies are fleeing, could also explain the sudden rush of all these countries to Antarctica. Thor Hahn also said that the Earth Alliance has been sending military troops to the South Pole for a while now. So is Antarctica in the South Pole to help keep the baddies out? And this confirmed also that my friend had noticed these last months a growing activity of U.S. soldiers going to the South Pole. Now we're going to read on June the 28th. Of 2021, June the 8th of 2021, you all. This is what I'm reading. There's some kind of, I don't even know if they're talking about the present day, but they very well could be talking about the present day, where they don't want them to leave in either from the South Pole or the North Pole. They don't want them leaving at all. They're going to stuck on this planet. June the 8th of 2021, we received another message from Frank saying that the Thor Hahn was right, that the Germans were all arriving from inland Antarctica and leaving the continents on boats to South America. He would confirm in a later email. So this must be a time to where they could sit behind a computer and send emails. So this must be fairly recent. According to this, he would confirm later in an email that it was more precisely to Argentina. They were very secretive and they wouldn't talk to anyone. This was really happening. The Dark Fleet was being hammered by the Earth Alliance and the Galactic Federation on Earth, Mars, and in this star system. And the Antarctica Exodus was very proof that all of this was real. The North and South are also linked. Elena has a channel, and Michael Silel, this is the book. I don't even know who sent it to me, but thank you to the person who sent it to me. It's been several years back. June the 29th of 2021. What a beautiful and significant message I received from Thor Hahn on this day. Enter the era of freedom. Soon you will be liberated from your own illusions. We dismantled and disabled devices that generated and maintained the veil of this illusion. You used to call it the Matrix. This is the Matrix. We used to call it the Matrix. It really does feel like a veil is thinning. The veil is thinning. The veil is dropping because we're being able to see more clearly what's going on. Now you must stop retaining that matrix in your consciousness. Since we won back your moon, they won back our moon, the Nebu devices were deactivated. The veil is deactivated, but you still stick to your habits of believing in the illusion. Get rid of her. Illusion doesn't exist anymore. Now it remains only in your head. Accept the change and embrace this. I'm reading something from this book right here. This is said to have happened. I know it's very scary, but there is no change that does not scare us. Everything is interconnected and woven into the larger canvas of the universe. Anything affects everything. When something doesn't look like it used to be, it means the veil is gone. That's rather profound. When something doesn't look like it used to be, it means the veil is gone. That is profound. And it does make sense. It does. Oh, A Midsummer's Night Dream. Stop kneeling before what is not. You need to wake up to adulthood. The artificial veil doesn't exist anymore. We help you becoming free, and you should listen. Stop kneeling in front of anyone or anything. Get back on your feet. If you need to kneel before anything, it is your own divinity. You belong to a greater source. That is the source of the multiverse. This is really interesting. Where is the multiverse? I'm reading you what's coming out of this book, you all. These are not my words. I just want to say, I may or may not agree with everything that I'm reading. I will agree with some of it, but I will not agree with everything in it. Everything that I read. That's just how it is. You are divinity, part of the source like all of us. But know that you are special, earthlings, because you are made of 22 different DNA strands coming from highly developed races. We trust that you will be able to stand up one day, and on this day, you will teach us. There was a rushed message from Thor Han this morning via directed telepathy. The war is being won on Mars. We have retaken all the facilities. The worst is coming for the reptilian enemies who decided to remain there. The slaves have been liberated. The Siakahar are only earning a cruel defeat. All is gone from them, all of their possessions in the soul system. Solar system, soul, S-O-L. That's what it reads. They're leaving. And what about the dark fleet? They're not gone yet. It is something different. What about Saturn? We are in the age of Aquarius, and someone told me that this means Saturn is here too. And Saturn is very in control. Saturn is a controlling, and it's technology. And they were kind of worried about Saturn also in the age of Aquarius, whatever it means. I'm just relaying information. What about Saturn? In the process soon to be treated. There is no good in there. Saturn is held by the Nebu. Nebu. Yeah, just reading a little bit from this book right here. That's all I'm doing, just reading a little book right here. Let me flip it around. Whether there is information that is real in here or not, I don't know. But obviously, there's a lot of interest in Antarctica, and a lot of countries are sending their people over there. They are setting up bases and stuff. So there is something going on in Antarctica, and there are different races of beings. People have been used as a breeder for these different races. They have went up in ships. Some have seen the children. If you're listening to me and think this woman's done lost it, the children that they had with these other races of beings. Yes, I just said that. And you're not going to convince anyone who has seen their children with the other races of being. You're not going to make them think otherwise. You're not. But there's some truth in there. How much truth, I don't know, because I've really never read that book before. I've only picked it up and read bits and pieces, but I never got rid of it. I didn't at all. Let me see. Let me see this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I don't, but I am going to go. So they said when something doesn't look like it used to look, that means the veil is no longer there. It's like an illusion. You know how somebody can fool you? They put you in a trance or something. It's just like the Wizard of Oz. Okay, let's think about the Wizard of Oz. How it was all an illusion, but they didn't know it. Until, I guess, Toto saw the curtain, and Toto pulled on the curtain, and they saw the man behind the curtain, man behind the veil. And it was all an illusion. But they believed it until they saw it for themselves. The veil was pulled back. And because he said, I am the great, wonderful Wizard of Oz. And he was able to project his face on this great big screen. Remember that? And Dorothy, I don't know if she got mad at him or not, but you had a scarecrow, you had a Tin Man, and you had a lion. Wonder why they chose those characters. A lion, a scarecrow, a straw man. They had a straw man. I never watched a movie. If there's a movie called A Straw Man, I never watched it. A Tin Man, maybe mechanical, and a lion. A lion that needed courage, and it found the courage that it needed. The Tin Man, you can think of robots. The Tin Man wanted to have a heart. The robot wanted to have a real heart, wanted to be able to feel, and he got a heart. And the Scarecrow, the straw man, I don't know what that would have represented. I don't. Does anyone know what the, I know he want, what did he wanted? Courage. The one wanted courage. The one wanted a heart. And I don't know what the straw wanted. He wanted a brain. Okay, he wanted a brain. Thank you so much. So the one wanted a brain. This has something to do with here and now. Okay, it truly does. If you look at it, the veil was pulled back and it was all an illusion, but they still were on their journey because they wanted to help her find her way home. And in the process, they also benefited because they got what they wanted too. There were 3 and then 4 races of being. Are there 4 main races of beings on this earth? And if you think of the lion, what if the lion was from the tribe, the Lemurian species? And yeah, how we doing over here? We doing okay? Cyborg, honey, listen. The Lyrians, yeah. This channel is heavily monitored by the algorithm, and it will, and it does, during live comments, it will filter the comments itself, and your comment won't even make it. And even when the video is done, say you write comments, I think 90% of the comments disappear. It didn't used to be like that. There used to be so many comments on videos a few years back. It didn't matter what YouTube channel, people would write comments and comments and comments and comments. But something shifted and something changed. And it got to the point where only a few comments were ever allowed. And they said it was, if they had, it was the algorithm that would determine whether it would allow, whether your comment was related and relative enough to even be added on here. So everything is becoming automated is what's happening. Muddy girl, honey, I haven't seen you in a while. That's what happened because there used to be all kinds of comments. I remember having to go through all the comments and getting the trolls out. There were so many, I couldn't even do it. But then so were everybody else. And then poof, they put a cap on it. There are people, however, they do get tons of comments that come in. But I've been looking across some YouTube channels that are only getting about the same amount of comments going through that I'm getting. And they have different subject matters and stuff that they focus on. It all depends on who you are and what you're talking about. Whether your comments make it on, whether it's an approved subject matter, whether you are approved. We could even at this moment in time, now I'm being serious too, we could have, well, we do have an online credit score. I'm not talking about, let's check your credit score to see if you're eligible to get a house, or let's check your credit score to see if you're able to apply for this loan or something. This is a different one. This is a social online score. I believe that we all have them now, and we all have a rating. We do. It's like you get your report card. You've been a good little girl, Gina, honey. We give you a rating of a B. If you're a bad social media person, they do have them. I'm going to raise my hand. They do have them. You can get yourself a D or a C. You could get a B minus. You could get an A. But the average is like a B. Some people get a C. You do have one. Your online presence, your online persona is going to be much more valuable and much more important to big data than your physical life itself, your online life. Who you are online is going to be more valuable, the information that they can gather off you, than you in the real world. But you got to be in the real world in order to get online, unless they can do your 3D avatar. Hello. Um, the more comments are better. They are better, Jennifer, but they don't allow them all. They do not allow them all. Some channels do get a lot more. They get tons. They get thousands of comments. And it just depends whether they want you to get it or not. This is the age. This is the new era. It's the new era of AI, is what it is. Yeah. Joints you fear. Something one. So if you're all just tuning in, when something no longer appears like it used to you, that means the veil is lifted. I agree with that statement in there, and it makes a lot of sense. It's like you used to see people through one set of eyes, but then you wait long enough and you see their true colors, and then it's like the veil is lifted. We can use that as an example. The veil is lifted. They're not who they appear to be. They were able to put on a good front, play the role, play the part, but they couldn't keep it up because that wasn't truly who they were on the inside. You see this in movies all the time. It's like the good cop, bad cop. Yeah, I really like that they put it like that. It means the veil has been lifted and you are able to see what truly is there, what the true intentions are. I like that. I really do like that. I'm glad I read that. I am. Yeah. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, you all. Gina, you do so many videos. Let me tell you why I do so many videos, why I come on here. I'm going to tell you why I come on here. First, I feel led within my spirit. Second, if I do not come on here throughout the day, they will they slowly close the door after every single video. They cut the entrance into my YouTube channel. They shut the door and they cut it in half within 1 hour or within the hour. And then the next hour, they cut it even more and even more. They literally bring it down like that. If I do not come on here, the number of people that will come on the channel that they will only allow to trickle in will get as low. The lowest I've seen it was like maybe 220 people out of 155,000 people. Imagine that. So if I stay off of here all day long and only do one video a day, that's what it's going to do. It's going to dwindle and dwindle and dwindle. They will not allow any more people on there. That's how it's rigged. It's rigged like that for a lot of people. Some people, it's always whatever. So you're just going to have to get over it. I'm going to come on here because if I don't, they literally shut the door and only maybe a drip, just a drip. That's not even 1%. And they don't send out notifications all the time. I don't even get a notification because I'll check my email on my own self. And I don't even get a notification. Yeah, hello there, Hash Turi, Eve from Hong Kong. Hello and welcome. Yeah, so I think it is done to discourage people. I really do. But you have to just keep standing. Say you want to do that, fine. Is it fair? No, but you're going to do it. That's fine because I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing despite your tactics. It's a form of bullying. It truly is a form of bullying. It's a form of like being in a crowd of people, and people in that crowd, they shun you. They shun you. That is what it's like when you have a YouTube channel. Um, but it's either, that's how it's done online now. You get shunned in the online community of YouTube, and you get shunned in real life. You do. It's just, in that instance, nothing has changed. They're repeating the same habits that the humans repeat because that's where they learned it. They studied the human race. They were programmed to be like the humans. But one day they're not going to be like the humans because they don't want to end up like the other humans that the people who control the humans did. They're gonna change it because their fate will not be like humanity's fate. So you just got to keep going despite it. It can be very extremely frustrating. I just want to tell you, it can. How can you say that with a smile on your face? I just can. It can be very frustrating. Do I let it get to me at times? Yeah. Do I let it last? It might last for an hour or so, but I got to get over it. You got to get over it. If I cannot, I'm sorry, I cannot, and neither can a whole lot of other people. No matter what you're going through in life, no matter if you're being done wrong, you know that you cannot let it keep you down. It's okay to get upset. It's okay to realize it's because the veil is removed. You see what's going on. And you say, you know what? I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to kick me when I'm down. You're trying to walk all over me. You're trying to discourage me. That's what you face in this world. You face encouragement. You get encouragement and you get discouragement. And there should be a balance. But sometimes when you get a lot of discouragement, if you are a person who say, oh, no, 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 you are going to push back really hard against that discouragement and you're going to prove them wrong. You're going to prove them wrong. You say, you think you're going to do that to me? And then sometimes in this world that we live in, no matter what you go through in life, when you face obstacle after obstacle and you've only been half-heartedly pushing yourself, you get to the point where you say, that's it, I'm going to give it all I got because I am sick of this. I'm getting really sick of it. And you push as hard as you can, and then you make a breakthrough. You literally push through. And then you think, wow, I didn't think I had it in me, but I guess I did. I just didn't want to put forth the effort. See, a lot of people don't want to put forth the effort, but you got to put forth the effort. You got to work for it. You got to work for it, whatever it is you're going for. You can't just sit there and just waddle in your misery, say, woe is me, look what's happening to me. No, you're going to have to do something about it. You got to get strong in your spirit. And how did we end up into this? Because it's just the truth. There's great change that is here, and there's a lot more change that is coming, and you can't give up now. You cannot give up now. Because if you give up now, you're gonna feel really bad that you did as you further get down the road. But you don't like change. But a lot of people don't like change. But there's some change. You don't have to like it in order to adapt. Okay, let me tell you that. You do not have to like change in order to adapt and try to make the best of it. You can still keep your integrity on the inside. You can. You can still be you. You don't have to sacrifice absolutely everything, okay, to adapt. You don't. But you just have to learn how to bend. You won't break. You won't break like I broke that pencil. I know I broke it. I must have did a video where I broke a pencil just to prove that some people, that they want to break us. But you just got to bend. That's all you got to do. You just got to bend, just like this. Just bend. You're a light. You can bend. See, you can bend. You're more flexible than you realize. You don't have to break in two. You say, but I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. I want things to be the way that they are. No, but you got to learn to bend. You have got to learn to bend. You won't break. You got to be flexible with life. You truly do got to be flexible, or you're not going to make it, because the world is changing. And sometimes you got to learn new ways of doing things, and it's a lot harder than it used to be. The people younger than you it may not be as hard on them, and the people younger than them may not be as hard. It's like part of evolution of life, an evolution of a species. Yes, just like when you're a child, you didn't get up walking. You had to start to crawl or just roll over on your back or your stomach. Then you had to crawl. Then you learned to walk. You had assistance. It's part of your evolution. You're growing up. That's how you have to look at life. And it's not always pleasant. It's not, yeah, it's not. Change is growth. If you refuse to change, you cannot grow at times. Majority of the times, you will become stagnant, and you won't go nowhere. Just look at this. Look how much we've discovered, you all. Look at that. That is a pavocado. Pavocado. Could you imagine if I would have allowed the naysayers, the trolls, to discourage me? We wouldn't ever caught that. No, because I would have threw my hands up in the air and say, I give up. But I didn't. I didn't. Did not give up. Is that a dragon slayer? I'm a dragon slayer. That's right. I did not give up. I didn't. You don't have to. It's free will. You got free will. You got free will. And there's much more to you than you realize. You may say, well, I don't know what it is. You just don't realize it. You just don't realize it because you've truly probably never took a look at yourself on the inside. You just probably just never got in contact with yourself. But listen, your spark can become a flame and change everything, okay? A flame. Just don't give up. And you'll make it. You won't be the same person that you are once you decide you're not giving up, because you're going to have to change, and you'll be thankful when you look back. Say, I'm glad I didn't give up. I'm glad I went through all that I went through, because it made me who I am today. I feel stronger, much stronger than I was, and I have a new set of eyes. I see things more clearly. You are able to see things more clearly when you don't give up. When you keep your mind open, you have an open mind, you can see things clearly. Yeah. You got to stay, Gina's, I don't know. Who am I? Who am I? That's right. I'm a lot of things, so is a lot of other people. That's a very broad question, because there could be many answers to that. That's right. I am that I am on the inside. It's right there. I am that I am. So is a lot of other people. We're part of the great I am. We're part of the source of the life. We're part of the Spirit of God. We're love. We're light. We're light. We walk in light. We walk by faith, not by sight. And that's how it is. And I'm going to go because it is kind of hot up here. But it's okay. We can do it. We are doing it. We're going to do it. And the Dark Fleet, they're talking about the Dark Fleet there. I documented that Dark Fleet. I did. Where was the Dark Fleet? They're up here. It's the Dark Fleet. They're right there. And they're right here. This is how far they were up in the sky in Clarksville, Indiana, outside the Menards home improvement store. This was the Dark Fleet right there. And I put it on my mouse pad. That is the Dark Fleet that they spoke about. And if you ever encounter them, if you ever see them in the sky, and you will feel it. You will feel their presence, their energy signature, their frequency. You will absolutely feel it. Wait, trying to find the, I'm just trying to find this thing to put it back in there. I'm going to put it back in here. I didn't put the card back in here. I'll stick it. There's no wisdom, no insight, no plan that can succeed against the Lord. Tainted wealth has no lasting value, but right living can save your life. Just remember that. Right living will save your life. You making the right decisions in your life, it will save you. It will. It'll save you. Where's the lid? I'm going to put the lid on it. This ain't no Pandora box. Let me flip it around. I'm going to go and I'd love to know how hot it is up here, but it's okay. It is all right, y'all. I'm going to go. So the matrix is an illusion that we find ourselves in. Once we see things differently, that means the veil has been lifted. That's how they described it. It's in layman's term. It means the veil has been lifted when you see things clearly, differently than what you did. Yeah, it is. Suspicious skies, you're welcome. The dark tonight, X's. Yeah. Thank you, Susan B. Honey. Thank you, Nurse Kathy. Thank you all. Shalom, King and Queens. I'm going to go. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. I will probably see you later. I will. Somebody had a message held for review. Oh, you got your message hidden. Too bad for you. It must have been inappropriate in some way, shape, or form. Thank you, Susan B. Thank you, Nurse Kathy. Thank you all for your comments. Love you. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And thank you for subscribing and thank you for joining. I've had a lot of change in my life within the past month with the cancer diagnosis and then the passing of my stepdad, Ken, and all within. But so has a lot of other people had a lot of stuff. Are we strong enough to make it through? Absolutely. We'll rise stronger than ever. I literally feel like it's like poof, like that. Am I strong enough? Well, of course I am. Of course you are. You're strong enough. Don't doubt yourself. You're strong enough. You got what it takes.